everyone, this is Ellie, and I have here for you today a tarot and angel oracle card reading. So April is Angel Month with numerologist.com, and even though this recording is done within the month of April, whenever you happen to come across this video is when these messages that are being offered to you are relevant for you. So with this exercise today, what we're going to do is select a number from 1 to 3, or you could choose more than one number if you feel pulled to do so. And that will be the message for you at the time when you are receiving it. Okay, so if you'd like, you could first just take a moment, close your eyes maybe take a breath, maybe also put your hands on your heart and ask to be guided to the number or numbers for you. Okay, so if you are ready, we will begin with card number 1. Okay, so if you've chosen card number 1, this is the card for you. We're using, by the way, the Angels of Atlantis Angel Oracle cards by Stuart Pearce, and this is the card for number 1. It shows here Archangel Michael, and it says here enchantment. So the tarot card, I'm using the Thoth deck today, by the way. The tarot card that was selected for number 1 is the Moon. Okay, so we have here this combination for number 1. And the first thing that struck me when I came across this card is the color. So Archangel Michael is, I think, most known to be associated with the color blue, but he's also been linked with this color, which is a sort of a violet, like a violet color or an indigo color. And so Archangel Michael is known by some as not just that strong warrior-esque protector figure, but also a transmuter, an alchemist, if you will, a transformer. And so this to me is signifying that if you've chosen this number, there's a transformational thing going on for you, a transformational process. And so Archangel Michael appears here to help you with that process. And as you see here, there is a unicorn. And the general meaning of this card with this deck is that of enchantment. Unicorns tend to be linked with magic and that sort of joyous, childlike perspective. So that may be helpful for you at this time. What I'm also getting is unicorns are actually quite a lunar figure, a lunar symbol. And we have here the Moon card in the tarot. And the moon signifies emotions. It also signifies the subconscious. So the part of our consciousness that is hidden beneath the surface, things hidden in the shadows. So I feel like since this purple color made an appearance here, it would be probably helpful if you explored your subconscious, maybe looked at your dreams. That could be one way to do that. Looking at when you're feeling triggered, when you're feeling like you're having an emotional response to something or someone, really looking at what that's really signifying for you. Yeah, I'm just feeling like this is about, again, a transformational process. And so ask Archangel Michael. He is there and he is, I feel, happy to help. If you encourage him, he will happily come and help you. You know, the moon has to do with the dark, as I mentioned, with the comment I mentioned earlier about shadows. So he can help you with that process of bringing things that have been in the dark, things in the subconscious, bringing them to light. He's also very good with courage and banishing fear. And the moon here may signify fears. And so Archangel Michael could probably help with that, facing your fears, bringing things that maybe you have been afraid to face into the light, and empowering you ultimately in this process. I feel like there was something else. Yeah, there is actually. I'm getting like a mercurial impression here. So communicating. Archangel Michael has been linked with the theme of communication, clear communication, speaking your truth. So focusing on those kinds of themes would be helpful for you at this time. Some of you may be, not all of you, but some of you watching may be in sort of like a merchant business or in some sort of merchant endeavor. Ask him to help you, and he will definitely help you with those endeavors. And again, I'm just getting bringing the shadows into the light. And this is a very powerful process. It's very transformational. It's very transmuting, alchemical. But also here, again, coming back to the theme of magic and joyousness and just having a childlike sense of wonder. That's also going to really help you at this time. So some of you watching, I feel, may be feeling a bit heavy. So just try to bring in some lightness and laughter, and maybe not taking things very seriously. And I think that will also help. White, like the unicorn, may be a good color for you to use at this time. Also this sort of color. And I'm just getting, again, ask Archangel Michael, ask him to come in. He will happily help you. And so those of you who have chosen number 1, I feel like you've got big stuff going on, big transformational stuff. Call in that like lunar energy. Lunar energy brings the shadows into the light. Childlike wonder. Archangel Michael's there to help you come into your power, your truth, banish those fears, and to be successful as well for those of you with those merchant endeavors. Okay, so that feels complete. Oh, there is one more thing actually, like a gold color. This is sticking out to me, by the way, like this gold yellow. That's another color you may want to use at this time. Blue as well, since Archangel Michael's color is also blue. But yeah, among that is, again, like the violet, purple, white, and yellow gold. Okay, so I think that's complete for number 1. All right, so let's move on now to number 2. All right, so if you've chosen number 2, these are the cards for you. From the Angels of Atlantis deck, we have here Archangel Gabriel, and it says here balance. And then from the Thoth Tarot deck, we have the 8 of Wands. So we have these 2 cards together for those who have chosen number 2. So one of the first things that struck me was the color. So I think that this sort of color, blue, might be helpful for you to have around you at this time if you've chosen this number. Now, this card tends to mean that you may need to slow down. Maybe some of you who have chosen this number may have been draining yourselves of energy by being too busy. And so it would be, if that's the case, beneficial for you to allow yourself to rest, allow yourself to be still, to meditate even. And that way you can maintain balance. And actually, that way you can be ultimately more efficient and productive. So I'm getting here with this card because this is actually a very active card. It's about fast-moving action and messages and travel and all sorts of motion. So what I'm getting here is that by allowing yourself some rest time, stillness, meditation, that will actually help you to be more efficient and productive and even receive some ideas. Sometimes we need to stop in order to receive from the divine inspiration that is there for us. But sometimes if we're running around, we can't really hear that or tune into that. So Archangel Michael was the angel for number 1. So Archangel Gabriel, he's known to be a messenger. Well, all the angels are messengers, but Gabriel is also particularly known to be a messenger among the archangels. And he's known to help with teachers. He's known to help with people who work with children, with people who are writers. And so if you've chosen this number, it's possible that some of you are drawn to those kinds of fields of work. And so Archangel Gabriel is there to help you with those processes, whether it be teaching or writing or working with children. And he's linked to water. So I feel like the blue, part of that, the significance of this blue is showing how water is a relevant element here for you. So using water, being around water, or just if you can't get to a river or something like that, maybe even just taking a bath might be really helpful for you. It might help you to receive inspiration. It might just help you to cleanse your mind, receive inspiration, receive just calm, and be relaxed and be still. And so this card also tends to have to do with information and communication and maybe even writing for some of you. So again, I just feel like it's signifying here that if you let yourself be in that balance of stillness and rest along with action, making sure you fit in time for both, space in your life for both, it's going to really accelerate things even more and propel you forward even more in what you produce and in what you offer to people, because you probably have some really valuable stuff to offer people. And yeah, I'm also just getting here about like truthfulness, communicating truth. So that might be relevant for some of you watching in a specific way. Also, I've noticed that both of these figures on both of these cards are in the shape of a 5-pointed star. So to me, that's signifying two things. One is, for some of you watching, maybe not for all of you, it may be good for you at this time to really specifically focus on your body, your physical health, your chi, your life force energy, making sure that that's flowing, being balanced and having that flowing. Some of you may benefit from doing chakra balancing work at this time, clearing and balancing, strengthening, all that stuff. Maybe Reiki would help some of you with that. yeah, just looking after, you know, eating well and getting enough rest and hydrating, you know, all the things that are so simple but so important and so essential. So that's the first thing that this 5-pointed star figure is showing me right now. The second thing is that, you know, the 5-pointed star is linked to being a star, shining your light. And I did mention truth before, and I think that showing the truth of you, who you are, showing yourself, is what you're called to. Some of you who have chosen these cards. And so shining your light, letting yourself shine, letting yourself express yourself in some sort of way. So that's just really lovely. Love that. Beautiful, really, really beautiful. And just know that you are supported. You are so supported, and ask Archangel Gabriel. He will happily be there to guide you. Okay, so that is the message for number 2. And let's now go to number 3. Okay, so this is number 3 from the Angels of Atlantis deck. We have Sandalphon, and it says here love. And then from the Thoth Tarot deck, we have, this is the 9 of Wands, and it says here strength. Okay, so, and then here's an image of Jesus Christ, by the way. So the message here is actually quite simple, but it's, you know, like how simple things tend to be, in a way, not simple, or rather, simple things tend to be powerful. The message here is that you are encouraged to really ground into love, really ground into that very powerful state of being, that powerful force. And since the figure Jesus Christ is here, this is also about light. Love and light, that's a very common phrase in spiritual communities, but this is what's coming through here. Love and light being two themes that are so intertwined. And so being in that energy of love, unconditional love, really focusing on that is going to bring you into more light, into more of this sort of like radiance and illumination and power in a way, and just grounding. So here with the card strength, 9 of Wands, what I'm getting here is that it just seems to me here, like what's visually sticking out to me the most is it looks like this is just going down this pillar here and really anchoring in. And so I feel like this is going to be a source of strength for you at this time. So this card, by the way, can sometimes have to do with endurance, needing to have the courage and the tenacity to persist in the face of challenges and in the face of difficulties. And so the word courage and persistence is coming through for me right now. So Sandalphon is here with the message and signifying that just really, you know, and this is maybe not so, like, sounds easier, you know, than it really is, but really just focusing on love and anchoring into that energy is going to be really, really helpful. It's going to be a source of your light, your strength, your courage. It's going to help you to ground in and anchor in, so that, because when you're grounded in and anchored in, you are not so easily swept away by the storms. By the way, speaking of grounding and anchoring in, Sandalphon is the archangel that is linked to the earth, and specifically like underneath us. So really this is about grounding. And here he is depicted as being linked with this sort of earthy, but still like this sort of heavenly, interesting sort of blend of the two dualities here of this golden amber light. It's this earthy yet still heavenly light here. And so like it's just this beautiful honey color, as you can see. Yeah, I just feel like that sort of energy of love is going to be that grounding energy for you, and yet it is so divine. It is so divine. The two are not really separate here. So I just noticed this here, by the way. He's pointing to his heart, and then he's also pointing above. And so I think that love is always talked about in connection with the heart, isn't it? So connecting with the heart is going to help connect you to the divine, and to really feel the support that is just showering down on you and there for you. And that's just going to be like everything, you know? It's just really going to be an immense source of strength. Okay. Yeah, so I'm getting like solar. So there's a sun here, like fire. This is a fire card. Fire, solar. The sun is actually linked to the heart. Connecting with the sun is going to help you to connect with your heart and your courage. And of course with love. That's going to be also a great support for you at this time. Yeah, I love that. And I'm also getting here, truth has come up throughout this whole reading, I think. Something here about truth. But I think that just connecting with love and your heart is going to connect you with your truth. And your truth is also going to connect you with your power. So many things here are so intertwined. I love that. Yeah. I think that for some of you, there may be, not for all of you, but for some of you, there may be fears, things that have been, it's interesting because this is similar to what I said for card number 1. But for some of you, maybe there have been things that you have preferred to keep in the dark or in your subconscious, but bringing in that sun, bringing in that light, and having the courage to do that. That is actually quite empowering. And I'm getting, again, truth. Yeah, power, truth. These words are just coming up. Yeah, love it. I love it. So if you would like, you could use these colors, this like honey, golden amber, as a source of support for you at this time. Okay? All right, everyone. So those are the messages that have come through for this exercise. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all next time. Thank you. Bye.